Hi, this is Bridget Michelle with Remedy Bathhouse, and today we're going to talk about building a formula. But before we do, I just want to explain what you're seeing here in the background. This video is a last minute addition to my toners. I formulate and make toners for my skincare line, and these are toners for the face. So what you're seeing here is me just finishing up making toner. So today the topic will be a little bit about formulation. While you're watching me package toner, I make two toners, a rose and a lemongrass for the face. So that's a little bit about the background. Okay, building a formulation. In this video, I'm going to give you some ideas of where to get some inspiration on recipe building and how to begin the process of making products. We're going to talk about remaking products. If you're thinking about selling your products at craft fairs or craft shows or even online, it's going to be important for you to make sure that you present to your customers a product that is the same every time. So remaking products and things of that nature. And we're going to talk about ingredients, the best references when learning about ingredients, actives, oils, emollients, fatty acids, etc. And what those changes can cause in the formulation and recipe. So first up, getting inspiration from other venues. So when I first began formulating and I started with recipe building, I found that on my supplier websites and on blogs and on YouTube channels is where I started to find recipes. And I would copy and paste those recipes and just review them and then research each ingredient in those recipes. I also made those recipes in small quantities and small batches, and I just wanted to learn how those ingredients came together. I tested them out for myself, and my family and I used them. I made lots of notes, what I liked about it, what I didn't like about it, and I also listened to people. For example, if I made a lotion, I made notes about that lotion that I made, and then I would ask people about what they liked about their favorite lotions, and I made notes about that. So I tested the lotion, I tested the recipe, and then I reviewed my notes. So when I began the process of building my own formula, I used the recipes that I found, and if someone in that recipe used jojoba oil, I might have changed that recipe from jojoba oil to green tea seed oil, or jojoba oil to a thicker oil, like rice bran oil. And with that, I watched how the properties of each oil made the difference in each lotion. So the properties of jojoba oil are thick and viscous, while in green tea seed oil, they're very thin and fast absorbing. And so I watched how those ingredients impacted the formulation or the lotion that I made. So that's a big tip. Make sure that you're making good notes and you know how certain ingredients impact your formula. So with ingredients and why they're important is when I started, I noticed that amount of natural oils and butters that were going into commercially produced skincare products they varied greatly. It was depending on the specific product and the brand. Some products had high concentrations of natural oils, but it was rare. And some had high concentrations of butters, but it was rare. While others contained only small amounts of natural oils and butters. So some common natural oils and skincare products include jojoba oil, coconut oil, argan oil. Popular natural butters include shea butter, coconut butter, or cocoa butter, When it comes to the amounts used in a product, it's difficult to determine how much companies are actually using because they are not required to disclose this information. However, many companies will list their natural oils and butters used in the products in the ingredients list, which can have some indication of how much is included. Everyone knows that the first ingredient on the ingredients list is the highest concentration of that ingredient in the formulation, and so on and so forth. So the last ingredients is the least concentration. Additionally, some companies may advertise the percentage of natural ingredients used in a product. So you can usually read the ingredients list and get a rough estimate of the amount of natural oils and butters that are included. In my research, many commercial brands' formulations use minimal amounts of natural butters and oils, and I wanted products that used more natural oils and butters, a higher concentration of them. I noticed that large companies use more silicone or engineered ingredients in their formulations. I knew what I wanted in my products, and I knew that when I read the ingredients list of products that I was using and purchasing for the family was very different from what I wanted to make in a product. So where to find the ingredient information and looking for credible information about skincare ingredients is important to seek out reputable sources. A few places you can find reliable information or places like the National Institute of Health, they have a database called the PubMed where you can search for scientific studies on skincare ingredients. This database includes peer-reviewed research papers from reputable sources. You can also go to the American Academy of Dermatology. They have sections dedicated to skincare information for the public. There's places like Formula Britannica, which teaches how to formulate. It gives classes on how to become a formulator in skincare and cosmetics. The other way is the old-fashioned way, and that's asking friends and family about remedies that they used to use that help their skin conditions. Remedies like things that their grandmother used to combat rosacea. Or they say they would make things out of lanolin, beeswax, cocoa butter. And for centuries, people have used turmeric and beet powder and vitamin C and other things in their vitamin E also in their remedies. It never hurts to try some of the ingredients that you're unsure of. Make a small amount or add a small amount to your formulations and see what they do in your formulations. And then ask friends and family about what they think about it. Okay, let's discuss how ingredients can change a formulation. Even minor ingredient variations, they can change a formulation drastically. Take my word for it. So if you've ever purchased a product, let's say a cream for the face, and have ever felt a texture never felt a texture like that before. You put it on in your sleep, and when you wake up, your face feels amazing. Your skin's hydrated. It doesn't feel greasy, and your skin looks great. Or you try a sunscreen that you've always known them to have a cast of white on your skin. It basically coats your skin, or it's oily, but you buy the dry touch skin sunscreen and you feel it powdery after application. That's the power of ingredients. All those things, oily feeling, powdery feeling, dry feeling, that's the power of ingredients. Some ingredients can change the texture, change the feel, enhance the slip, increase the absorption. It's amazing what one ingredient can do to a recipe, even a 1% change. This is where those notes you made previously come in. These notes should include some of this information. Why are you using said ingredients? What that ingredient did to the formulation, if any. Some ingredients change the texture, the consistency. For example, it might make it into a gel consistency. So be sure to jot that information down. Reproducing and making products every day can be difficult if you're not making good notes about your formulations. It can affect your end result of that product. Along with those notes, be prepared. Preparation is key. Pull up a numbers document, an Excel document, or spreadsheet, and place that recipe information there. Date it, add suppliers, names of ingredients, quantities, percentages of use, cost information, and those good notes. Make sure you have all the ingredients needed. You're looking at measurements and quantities before you even start a recipe. And decide if you're going to make any changes to the original recipe. If it's a newer recipe, make sure you get feedback from others that have tried what you've made. I often make slight variations to my formulations until I get them right. All in all, I'm excited for you to try a recipe out, to test it, to make good notes, to sell it and see what you've created. Don't be afraid, just start. You can do this. It's so much fun. This is Bridget Michelle with Remedy Bath House. Have a great day.